Hi everyone, this is DJ, the Effects DM, and I'm here to talk about my involvement in Dungeons and Dragons stuff, in particular as a special guest for page 3. So let's dive right in. This is my D&D room at the house. I hand built a lot of this myself. I hand built this table, all the shelves on the right to house my collection of D&D books. And I am also a D&D streamer. There are 4 cameras in here. We live stream every week our Savannah Vintage Dungeons and Dragons series, where we push through time. We started it about 3 years ago and are doing Dungeons and Dragons adventures and books and supplements in publishing order, starting with the 1974 OD&D rules we played for about 2 years, starting with the first ever published adventure, Palace of the Vampire Queen. We moved on to Caverns of Thracia, which we kicked off with an interview with Janelle Jaquays, one of the last interviews with her before she passed. And now we're on to the G series with, we're up to G2, the Glacial Rift of the Frost Giant Jarl. We've got some chainmail full playthroughs in here. So check it out. This is my YouTube channel. There's also a Twitch channel where we live stream these. We are... I play 4 games a week. We're doing the B series. We're almost done with In Search of the Unknown, about to move on to Keep of the Borderlands. Again, full playthroughs online. We do a Traveler game on Monday night and a 5e game, currently the Shattered Obelisk, on Sunday nights. There's also an interview series up there. We've got Larry Elmore, Luke Gygax, Janelle Jaquays, and this guy, Mr. Ron Meister. You may know him from Page. I've got build videos up, how to do voice filtering, all kinds of stuff. So check out my YouTube channel. I'm also a bit of a D&D amateur historian, I would say. I've got a few little projects going to do with this. This is a timeline I created, interactive timeline that is online right now. If you want to jump in and check it out, it's got every single book, D&D book that TSR published for 1st and 2nd edition by year. A lot of the novels are in here too, as well as all of the video games. Every single Dungeons & Dragons video game. The Endless Quest books are in here, a lot of the Dragon magazines and so on. And this is another timeline I've started that is honoring the artists of Dungeons & Dragons. I'm just going in publishing order, 1 book at a time, and calling out who was the artist for every single illustration inside of the book. So I'm not that far along with this one yet. I'm up to the Holmes basic set. But it's cool to just see, people's art style across books and who painted, who drew what. So that's been a fun project. I am also a published Dungeons & Dragons author. Just in the last week, my first adventure that I wrote was published. This is a compilation adventure called Return to Parenthos that I am a contributing author for. This was a tribute to Janelle Jaquays. And I've got 2 other adventures that I've written that are underway, being prepped for publishing. This is Curse of Macho Man Randy Strahd. It is a bonkers comedy one-shot that is a Ravenloft and WW mashup. You may have seen me running around page 1 or 2 dressed as the Macho Man, screaming and making a bunch of noise. It's a super fun game. We've got some return players coming up, page 3. It is not sold out yet, so it was one of the fastest things to sell out in page 1. So get your ticket. If you haven't yet, don't miss it. It is just a ridiculous good time. You will not regret it. I've also written a Dragonlanced heist one-shot that has now blossomed into a 3-part sort of trilogy of one-shots. I think Ocean's 11 set in Naraka in the middle of the dragon armies, and you're the resistance. It's designed as sort of a prequel to Dragons of the Hourglass Mage, one of my favorite Dragonlance novels by Weiss and Hickman. So this is a fun exploration of that space. I am also an improv performer. Savannah, this is called WizProv right here in Savannah, Georgia. Once a month we do a D&D themed improv show that is a ton of fun. We're performing this Saturday night. Go to frontporch.com. If you want to get tickets to stream it online, it's broadcast live. It's 7 o'clock Saturday night Eastern time. That is a lot of fun. I am also one of the executive producers, along with Stefan Picorni and others, for the documentary 50 Years of Fantasy. And not yet ready to announce anything formal, but I do have a fantasy video game underway now. Too early to talk about it or announce anything, but I'm excited for when the time comes to talk about that. That is in development now. And my involvement in Page goes back to the beginning. Year one, I was a volunteer, one of the organizers, and I am on the board of trustees of GAP, the charity arm of Page, and I, in fact, created the logo for Page. So there you have it. That is sort of a rundown of my involvement in Dungeons and Dragons stuff. And that is an aside from my day job, which is I am an effects artist. I now run a company. We get hired by studios to do their effects. I was the head of effects on the Call of Duty games for 10 years at Infinity Ward. I've worked on Halo, Mortal Kombat, Diablo, Destiny, Star Wars, Starfield, and a ton more. I've shipped over, 35 games at this point. So that's my day job as an effects artist. But Dungeons and Dragons is really my passion. I'm really excited to come to Page 3. I'm running a ton of games. I'm hoping to get squeezed into the A series with Zeb Cook, the Slavers modules. That sounds amazing. I'm running some Curse of Macho Man Randy Strahd games. Please get signed up. There's 2 sessions, Friday and Sunday. I'm running my Dragonlance Part 1 and 2 one-shots on Saturday. And I am bringing my Siege of Bodenberg table. I'm excited to bring that. On Friday morning, I'm going to do a sort of how-to session to show people how to play it. And then the table will just be up all weekend. Open play. Anyone who wants to just mess around with it, play a couple rounds, is invited to do so. So thank you very much. I am DJ, the Effects DM, and I am honored to be a special guest for Page 3. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.